New details emerging about the terrorist who took 4 people hostage at a synagogue in Colleyville, Texas over the weekend, an incident that made the FBI frankly look terrible. Malik Akram, a 44-year-old British national, shot and killed Saturday following a 10-hour standoff where he held a rabbi and 3 others hostage with a gun. During the standoff, he repeatedly demanded the release of a Pakistani-American-educated neuroscientist, Afia Siddiqui, who is nicknamed Lady Al-Qaeda, lovely lady, who was convicted of trying to kill U.S. Army officers in Afghanistan back in 2010. He even referred to Siddiqui as his sister during the attack. Now, all the hostages were able to escape unharmed. It was actually great to see that. But once the standoff ended, here was the response to what is clearly terror. You've got a guy that hates Jews going to a synagogue and doing this. Here's how the FBI put it.
We do believe from our engagement with this subject that he was singularly focused on one issue, and it was not specifically related to the Jewish community, but we're continuing to work to find motive.
I want to know, where is this little book that they're all getting this from? You know, this is spreading so fast throughout our whole government. They must all have some little thing that's just saying, you can't talk about it. You just can't talk about it. On Sunday, the FBI did a complete 180, admitting it was a, quote, terrorism-related matter in which the Jewish community was targeted. Oh, well, welcome to the show. It turns out Akram has a lengthy criminal record. He was banned from a UK court in 2001 for reportedly telling staff he wished they had died in the 9/11 attacks. Officials say Akram flew to New York City 2 weeks ago and later spent a week at a Dallas homeless shelter. He bought an illegal gun on the street before the attack. A U.S. official who spoke on condition of anonymity told the AP that Akram arrived in the U.S. on a tourist visa from the U.K. Akram's own brother said he was stunned that his sibling was able to even fly here given his lengthy criminal record and just how scary of a guy he was. Telling the New York Times his brother was known to counter terrorism officials in the U.K. So once again, just a wonderful job by our intel community. Probably too busy looking for white supremacists, we assume. For more on this, let's bring in New York Congressman Lee Zeldin to talk about it. It's good to see you, sir. How did the FBI miss this? How on earth could they have missed something like this?
The clues were certainly there. For one, I don't know how they could possibly explain away missing how to describe what happened. I mean, there's just no excuse right out of the gate. Obviously, it's directly related to, it is targeting the Jewish community. You're holding a hostage of rabbi and other congregants at this temple. We need to always be identifying terrorism when we see it, as we see it. You can't defeat the threat unless you're willing to identify it. At the same time, kudos to the law enforcement who are able to get those hostages out alive. I'm very grateful for all of those law enforcement involved in that effort. But we shouldn't have been granting this visa to come to the United States. The information was there for us to know that this is somebody who shouldn't be granted access here to the United States. That has to get addressed. And the rhetoric piece is something that has huge consequences because this isn't just an isolated incident. We've seen this time and again, an unwillingness to identify the threat that is right in front of our face.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you've got all the markings here, right? I mean, and you got a guy. I mean, I wonder when they came out and actually had the gall to say that it wasn't, related to the Jewish hate or anything like that. I mean, he probably drove by 5 McDonald's, 2 Walmarts. How many different places did he drive by before he got to a synagogue where he decided to take hostages and threaten lives? It's not like the synagogue was the first place that he saw. I don't think anybody would believe that. So it's obviously targeted. It's obviously for a purpose. I mean, it's just priceless to see how much they try and avoid that subject in these certain situations, and where they're getting that messaging from. I would love to know. Nearly a full hour after it had been reported that the hostage taker was demanding the release of this lady Al-Qaeda, Michigan's Democrat Attorney General went on MSNBC and actually said this.
We were seeing an exponential rise in hate crimes and an exponential rise in the formation and the membership of these extremist organizations, many of which are white supremacy organizations, and they traffic in hatred against Jews and other minorities.
It's got to be white supremacy, right? It's the only thing that's happening right now in this country, apparently, if you ask the Democrats.
Yeah, and listen, we're not talking about some commentator on MSNBC. We're not talking about Joy Reid and other hosts. That's a whole other issue. We're talking about an attorney general, the person who's responsible for collecting facts, to enforcing the law, to making sure you're setting the highest standard possible within your state, and also when you're speaking like this on a national stage for the country.
Yeah.
And one of the key items here as an attorney general is to get the facts, and this rush to what is a badly inaccurate judgment not only is a huge stain on herself, her own reputation, and on the network for airing it, but it just doesn't help us in our fight to combat anti-Semitism. It doesn't help in our fight to combat terrorism.
Yeah.
It doesn't help us in our efforts to strengthen the process, whether it's at our southern border or it's entry into our airports or other parts, persons, things. It's just really unfortunate when people like this in government are not shooting straight with facts. It has huge consequences directly and also, second, third degree order of it.
Yeah, they're spending so much of their time, I think, trying to create this narrative of this white supremacy. I think the entire intel community is so threatened by the idea of possibly Republican power under Donald Trump coming back that I think this is all just a big effort to create this, and I think they're distracted. They're distracted by trying to create this narrative that this country is somehow full of white supremacists that are the greatest threat to the country somehow, and then they miss an actual terrorist flying over here, flying into New York first, and then going to Texas, buying a gun and doing this, and then they try to cover for him. It's unbelievable. Congressman Zeldin, thank you so much for taking the time. It's good to see you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
After the last election, liberty-minded Americans are facing a difficult question. What do we do now? We do have a plan to stop them. This is the only plan that bypasses Biden and Congress to save the republic. Sign the petition at conventionofstates.com.